All right, welcome to AI News This Week. It's March 12th, 2026, and we're going to break down everything you need to know from the last 7 days in AI. For all you builders and investors, we're going to cut right through the noise and get to what actually matters.
So here's how we're going to do it today with our AI news pyramid. We'll start at the top with the three biggest landscape-shifting stories. Then we'll move down into some rapid-fire tool updates. From there, we're going to do a deep dive on a really key strategic move. And we'll wrap it all up with the so what? One big actionable takeaway. Okay, let's kick things off with this week's big three. These are the stories that aren't just news, they're actively reshaping the industry right now.
And first up, no surprise, a huge move from OpenAI. They just dropped something that, well, really pushes the envelope of what we thought these models could do. Meet GPT-5.4. And look, this is not just another incremental update. We're talking about a major leap forward in what AI can actually do. It's focused on pro-level tasks, reasoning, coding. But the real kicker is its ability to use a computer natively, just like a person would. That's a massive step toward truly useful AI agents. And the performance jump here is just wow. The context window has ballooned to 1 million tokens. That completely changes the game for handling really complex tasks. And then you look at this GDPval benchmark, think of it as a test for really high-level knowledge work. And it's not just matching human experts anymore, it's beating them in over 80% of tasks. Incredible.
All right, story number 2. And this one isn't about the software. Nope. It's about the very foundation that all this AI is built on, the hardware. What we're seeing is a full-blown hardware arms race. I mean, forget software for a second. The real war for AI dominance is being fought in data centers. And the price tags on these deals are absolutely mind-boggling. This is where the serious money is going.
So what does this tell us? It tells us that having access to the best chips is becoming the #1 competitive advantage. You've got Nvidia's newest GPU hitting production lines. Mistral is dropping $1.4 billion on a single facility. And that AMD deal with Meta? $100 billion. The message here couldn't be clearer. Companies are spending fortunes just to have a seat at the table.
And that brings us to our third big story. This one's from Google. And it really highlights a different, but just as important trend we're seeing across the industry. While some companies are chasing the title for the biggest, most powerful model at any cost, Google's playing a different game. They're making a super strategic play for the huge market of developers with this, Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite. They're basically saying, hey, for most people, speed and cost are what really matter.
And this chart just lays out their strategy perfectly. It's dirt cheap. We're talking 25 cents for 1 million tokens. It's ridiculously fast, and it's still really smart. Google isn't trying to win the horsepower race here. They're trying to win the adoption race by becoming the default go-to model for developers everywhere.
Okay, enough of the high-level strategy. Let's get practical. It's time for our rapid-fire tool updates. New stuff from this week that you can actually get your hands on and start using.
First up, this is a big one from OpenAI. They've put the power of GPT 5.4 directly into Excel. Just think about that. You can now build models, analyze data, and integrate financial info just by talking to your spreadsheet in plain English. This could be a huge deal for basically every business on the planet. Next, let's head over to the open source world, because the community is going absolutely crazy for a new framework called OpenClaw. It has just exploded, rocketing past 210,000 stars on GitHub. And that tells you one thing very clearly. Developers are massively interested in building autonomous AI agents that can do things. So what do these things actually do? Well, think of them as the operating system for AI agents. You just give the AI a high-level goal, and the framework lets it figure out which tools to use, what steps to take, and then it just goes off and does the job, all on its own. All right, time for our strategy deep dive. This week, we're going to look at a really interesting move from Anthropic, the company behind Claude. What they're doing tells us so much about where this entire market is probably going.
So the big news is that they announced the Claude marketplace. And you have to ask, right? In a world where everyone is obsessed with who has the biggest, baddest model, why on earth would Anthropic focus its energy on building basically an app store? Well, this table really tells the whole story. For their enterprise customers, it's all about making things simple, safe, and trustworthy. But for Anthropic, oh, this is a classic platform play. The goal is to build a whole defensible ecosystem around Claude, capture value beyond just API calls, and make it really, really hard for customers to ever switch away.
And this is a concept that every founder and investor needs to have burned into their brain: ecosystem lock-in. See, the end game here isn't to be just another utility that someone can swap out. It's to become the indispensable platform, the place where business just gets done. You don't want to be the light bulb, you want to be the entire electrical grid.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground. New models, massive hardware investments, platform strategies. So let's boil it all down. What's the one big so what from this week? What's the key takeaway?
Here it is, the core trend. The first chapter of this AI revolution was a race to build the biggest, most powerful brain. But that chapter is starting to close. The new race, the one that's happening right now, is about who can build the most useful, most integrated tools on top of those brains.
And, this quote I saw from an innovation briefing this week just hits the nail on the head. All the energy is accelerating towards professional tools for the enterprise and models that are actually efficient to use. The action is shifting from the lab to the office.
And that leaves all of us with a final, big question to chew on this week. These foundational models, they're becoming like electricity. They're powerful, they're essential, but they're also becoming a commodity. So for founders and VCs, the real question isn't, can you build a slightly better power plant? The question is, what amazing new appliance are you building that nobody has ever seen before? What's your tool?